boom, boom. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We're live streaming it up. Fix this little reflection here. We're gonna do that, but let's put it like this. What is up? What is up? We'll give everybody a second to join. Got another minute or so. Going to be going over some MMA news today. Going to be going over a little bit of real estate, a little bit of what's going down in the economy, what everybody's up to. Let me fix this screen. Ooh, all right. What is up? What's up, Jim? What's up, James? Luke? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the live stream Sunday. Diego's in the house. Warmir, what's up? What's up? I got my little rock star here keeping me up and keeping me fired up, dude. This video was promoted and presented by Rockstar. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be pretty sweet, though, to have a Rockstar sponsorship. So if anybody out there knows Rockstar, let's have them start supporting the live stream on Sundays here. What's up, Chris? Pablo's in the house. What is up, guys? What is up? Let me know where you guys are from, too. Where's everybody joining us from? Right now, I'm in San Diego. It's beautiful out today. 75 and sunny. I want to know where you guys are from, though. Spain. Pablo's from Spain. I love it. Argentina. Okay, okay. Where's everybody from? Scotland. Poland's in the house. LA, Los Angeles. Oscar, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Lloyd's back. What's up, Lloyd? Alex, we got Canada. Canada in the house, eh? I got a lot of family in Windsor. So shout out Canada. We got Denmark in the house. Ooh, what's up, Travis? Philippines. Okay, Travis was living in the Philippines, but now he's back. Where at in the U.S. are you? North Dakota. That's where he's from. Heck yeah. What's up, Travis? Welcome to the live stream, brother. Welcome, welcome. Japan. Oh, my gosh. Japan's in the house. Hey, I've been to Japan a couple of times. I fought Gomi out there. Great, great, great time. Been to Tokyo. Pennsylvania's in the house. I like it, man. How cool is that? What's up, James? New York is back in the house. Ortega David. Oh, man. David's back in the house. What is up, boys? Woo! What's everybody grateful this morning? Let's start it off again. What are we grateful for? What's working in your life? I'll start it off. I'm grateful today. It's a beautiful sunny day in San Diego. I'm grateful to be alive. I woke up this morning, had some good breakfast, spent a little time with my wife and my son. We took a nice little drive down by the water. Man, is it packed out here in San Diego. Tons of people. I'm grateful for the energy right now, the vibes, the vitamin D from the sun. Man, I'm grateful we're negotiating on a property right now. So we might be buying another rental property. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be in a position to be able to buy a property. And I'm super grateful to be here Sunday connecting with all you guys out there. I mean, from Denmark, Pennsylvania, Japan, Philippines. Man, how cool is that we get to connect and share some time together today. So I'm grateful for all you guys. What about you guys? What are you grateful for? Oh, health. Yes. If you guys, anybody out there is healthy at all, if you can walk, if you can see, man, be grateful for that. Grateful for no work, Alex says. All right. Are you still laid off? Did you get not going back to work yet? Travis. So family, being grateful for family. Grateful for women, David says. Yeah. Minnesota's in the house. What up, Fallout? What are you grateful for? Canada, stand up. Grateful for my mom. Yes, man. Gotta love your mama. I was actually texting with my mom today, sent her a video because my family's back in Michigan. I'm out here in San Diego, me and my wife and my son. So I'm grateful to actually talk to my mom this morning and getting some little chit chat with her. Grateful beast life. Okay. Grateful for almost being done with school. Oh, nice, nice. Man, yeah, I would. First off, are you in college? Or are you in high school, or where you at? And Beast Life, grateful Stevens got KO'd. I don't know if you're just trying to be a clown right there or what, but that was kind of a clown comment. So yeah, man, if you're grateful for that, then okay. Where Travis, I'm from Hazel Park, Michigan. That's where I went to grade school, junior high in Hazel Park, and for my high school, I went to Fenton, Michigan. So I'm a little bit from all over, man. A little bit of the south, and then a little bit more north towards Fenton too. So, and then my wife and my wife's side of the family is all from the Lansing area. So the south, the north, and the west side, very familiar with. G Moore, what's up, man? G Moore says he's from Hazel Park, Michigan. Shout out 248, man. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Where you go to school still, or how old are you? Yeah, I haven't been to Travis said he hasn't been to Michigan for a while, not since he graduated college. What college did you go to, Travis? Beast Life says he's just trolling and messing with you. He knows Jeremy's my boy and he hopes he's okay. For sure, man. Yeah, Jeremy's doing good. I spent the day with him yesterday. Dude, he's eating some good food, spending time with family. He has no big injuries from the fight. He's basically just foot swelled up and he's doing good. He's doing good, man. I think he'll be back soon. Soon. Hopefully by the end of the year, get another fight in. So he's doing good. Oh man, DJR says he's grateful that Tyron Woodley stopped rapping. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Man, I'll tell you what, Tyron, man, I'll give him props though because he's not scared to put himself out there. I mean, whether he's rapping, fighting the best guys in the world, on social media, just going off on everybody, hanging out with Wiz Khalifa and all that crew. Man, props to Tyron, man, because he really puts it out there. And dude, the guy's a former champion. Knocked out Robbie Lawler, just beat a lot of good guys, and I don't think a lot of people give Tyron enough credit. But I've never heard his raps, man. I don't know. Is Tyron Woodley or any of his raps good? Sounds like no from what you guys are saying. Oh man. So first things first, let's give our former and defending champion right here, Dean Nasser. Shout out to Dean. Is a super chat champ from last week. So let's give Dean a round of applause for the champion. Boom. Anybody wants to take a shot at the title, you know what to do. Get the Super Chat Championship. You can have be featured in a video of this upcoming week or the next week and give you a shout out. So show you some love. You show the channel some love. All right. So what's everybody up to? Is the quarantine done where you guys are at? Because right here in San Diego, man, it feels like the quarantine's up. A lot of businesses opening back up. I mean, there's thousands of people at the beaches right now. All the shops are packed. So around here, man, a lot of stuff has opened up. The parks are opened again. It honestly doesn't even feel like quarantine anymore around here. What about you guys? Has the economy opened up in Denmark or Pennsylvania? I want to hear. North Dakota's open. Okay, nice. You didn't have a lockdown. Western Canada's back. Okay, Beast Life says back to normal in Western Canada. That's cool. That's cool. Awesome. I'm still quarantined, so I don't know, Alex says. Okay. In NorCal, looks like it's going back to normal, back to work. Okay, Mr. Ed. Yeah, man, it seems like California's opening back up. Because I know Michigan the governor extended the stay home and all the quarantine. She extended it, I believe, till end of July. So I know a lot of people in Michigan are mad right now because they feel like the businesses need to open back up, people need to get back to work, life needs to get back to normal. So everything is open in Denmark. Okay, Adam says everything is open in Denmark. Nice. Florida's back open too. Okay. Yeah, I have a friend, the guy who actually does my diet for my fights. He's from Miami, and he said that Miami's slammed right now. Like there's a ton of people. Everybody's going back out to the beaches and everything. So Christopher says they're still closed in New Jersey. Just some beaches are opening. Okay. It's hold on. Ann New says El Paso, Texas MMA gyms are up at 25 capacity. That's good news, man. I hope that these gyms and these businesses open up sooner than later. And even with the 25% capacity, man, that's better than nothing. So these gyms can't stay open for very long with no memberships, nobody paying money to be there. So the quicker we can get these open, stay open, but keep it safe, right? Like not have it slammed, packed, crazy, anything like that. Just have 25, 30, 40% capacity for now, have it under control, and then hopefully get very soon towards the end of the year, get everything up to 100%. Monday constructions are open. Wait, what did this say? Hold on. Reptiles with Love says Monday construction and hardware opened here in Ireland. Oh, Ireland's in the house. That's tight, man. Construction's open. That's awesome. I was just in Dublin the other day, so love it. Lisa Holtz, what's up? What's up, Lisa? Triforce MMA opens June 1st, baby. Yeah, there we go. Get back to that training. Get back to it. I love it. Governor Whitmer is doing everything in her power to destroy Michigan, Travis says. Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's really listening to the people. Yeah, I mean, I know her and Trump been going at it. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know what she's thinking if it's very, she's very fear-based. I don't know, man. Politics to me, it just seems like a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't see in politics, right? I mean, I'm not going to go off on a tangent talking about politics too much, but it's hard to really know what these people are thinking or why they're doing what they're doing, because you don't know who's greasing their palms behind the scenes. You don't know what their motives are. Because, you have a lot of politicians come out and say, hey, we want this, we're going to do this. But it's just like, why? Like, are they a puppet and is somebody else pulling the strings above them? So I don't know what Governor Whitmer is doing. I know that a lot of people are protesting in Lansing at the Capitol. I know a lot of business owners are opening back up and everything. So, man, hopefully she's loosens up here a little bit. I'm trying to see it from her aspect. Maybe she doesn't want people to get sick and everything. But, man, she's got to do it. She's got to do it. I was speaking of quarantine, I was actually talking to a really good friend of mine who's very educated, and we were talking about how once everything opens back up like it is now, a lot of smart people are predicting that we're going to have another breakout in a couple of months, maybe around August, September, and they're going to shut down the economy again. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think everything opening back up, this is just temporary and we're going to kind of, go back up? Or do you think it's temporary and we're just going to open up and then crash again and everything's going to get shut down? Because that's what we're, it's a possibility. With everything opening back up, we could literally see the economy, everybody going back out, partying, celebrating, eating at restaurants, going to the beaches, just, living their life like we were before this whole virus hit. And then the spread happens again and boom, everything gets shut down again. I hope not. I'm praying that everything opens up. We have this thing contained enough. A vaccine will happen in a couple of months and we'll be able to move forward with this, because man, I'm getting sick of the quarantine. It sucks, man. It really does. It's businesses are shut down. A lot of people are in fear. And it's just, I miss going out to eat, right? I miss going to the the bar and having a beer with friends. I miss going out to Buffalo Wild Wings and watching a game with other people around me. So yeah, yeah. Oh, what do we got here? Reptile with love. Let's see. He says, make a video about the difference in pains from MMA boxing and just a street fight. Ooh, so reptiles with love. First off, shout out to you for the first super chat today. And thank you for supporting the channel. You are the champion so far today. Reptiles with love. Let me see here. Reptiles with love. That's a screen name, my man. So his question is, make a video about the difference in pain from MMA boxing and just a street fight. That's actually a good idea for a video. I would, but I'll kind of explain a little bit to you right now. I mean, I'm not a big street fighter, but I can kind of play with them a little bit and kind of see what the difference is. I would say the pain in a cage fight, and it all depends in the fight, right? Like each fight, it depends if the street fight is quick, it's a knockout, or if compared to a big cage fight that's a long five round fight. But I would say the big difference between a street fight and a cage fight is there's no referee on the street. And you're fighting one guy in the cage in a cage fight. In the street, you don't know how many people you're fighting. So, certain things. I wouldn't go to my back in a street fight. I'd always keep my eye out from everybody to make sure who's, if I'm fighting one dude on the street, and I always got to worry about who's going to come up, try and sucker punch me. So that's the big difference. You don't know how many people you're fighting in the street, and there's no referee in the street, man. So if I knock you out and, somebody just keeps hitting, boom, 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 there's nobody to pull them off. Hopefully somebody around does it. But, man, I feel like the street fight is a lot more dangerous for sure than a cage fight. At least with a cage fight, there's some type of control with it. You have a referee, you have the cornerman, and usually it's one-on-one in a cage fight, right? I mean, unless we're talking like those videos where you got Spider-Man and Batman teamed up fighting three other guys with MMA gloves. I don't know if you guys ever seen that video, but it's funny as heck. It's like a cage fight, but there's teams. There's like 2 or 3 people and versus a couple other people. I just remember Spider-Man like head kicking somebody, knocking them out, beating up like 3 or 4 dudes. It was crazy. So yeah, those are the big differences. And as far as pain in a street fight compared to pain in a cage fight, it just all depends on the fight, man. It depends if it's a long street fight or if it's a short street fight. I would probably say that there's more pain in a street fight because obviously, if you get slammed on the concrete in your head or if somebody picks up a weapon or something. So definitely more pain, I would say, in a street fight. All right. Amir Khan says, too late to become a pro fighter with no experience at 21. What's up, Amir? No, man, you're 21, dude. You're still very, very young. You can do anything you want in the world. That's my opinion. Whether you want to be a cage fighter, a doctor, whatever you want to do, you're still super young. It just depends how bad you want it, right? How bad do you want to become a pro fighter? How are you willing to put in hours and hours a day of training? Are you willing to sacrifice a lot of family time? Are you willing to go through so much pain that you wouldn't otherwise? Are you willing to give up a good job so you can train full time and pursue your passion? Are you willing to take lots of risk and get out there in front of the world and put yourself out there and fight great guys in the cage? Are you willing to come back after adversity? Are you willing to fail and get back up? So these are some of the questions you need to ask yourself, Amir, or Imran, sorry. And if you're willing to do all that, yes, I think you can become a pro fighter and you can be great. But you got to be willing to pay that price. Reptiles with love. I mean, as in pain from someone that hasn't had a fight to someone that is a pro. Yeah, I mean, somebody who hasn't had a fight, if it's a pro fighter versus somebody that hasn't had a fight on the street, dude, the guy that hasn't had a fight on the street is going to get his ass beat. Like that's just what it is. And that's you see those sometimes, a guy on the streets lipping off to somebody who's actually trained, and it always ends bad for that guy that's lipping off and hasn't trained. Whether they get choked out, whether they get head kicked, whether they get slammed on their head. I was just watching something the other day, and some dude was rah, 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 mouthing off to some dude in a parking lot. And my man came at the guy, but the guy was actually trained. And the guy came at him, and the dude changed levels, picked him up, boom, just slammed him on his head, knocked the guy out. So lots more pain for the guy that doesn't train. All right. Execution. What's up, my man? Welcome back. Jeremy posted on Twitter he is going to bantamweight. Yeah. If Jeremy cuts off his left leg and his right arm, then maybe he can make bantamweight. But that's going to be a tough one. But funny question. And welcome back, Execution. Great to see you, my man. Alex Chu is back in the house. What's up, my man? Alex is a diehard fan and follower of this channel. He's always on the videos. He's always commenting on the live streams, always supporting with the super chat. So shout out Alex, man. Welcome back. It's great to see you. And I believe Alex, because I'm not great with the transfer of different currencies, but I really believe the California $5 one is winning it so far. So I believe Alex is in the lead, and I'll change it before we do the videos. But for right now, Alex is in the lead. So shout out Alex, Super Chat champion so far today. And it's Chew. Yeah, Alex is the champ so far. So Alex has a great question, guys. Let's see what Alex has to ask. Conor McGregor said he was either 1 or 2 greatest of all times on Twitter. Who is your top 5 greatest of all times in MMA and why? Ooh, that's a good question, Alex. Off the top of my head, Anderson Silva, GSP, Conor McGregor, John Jones, Demetrius Johnson. And as far as an order, man, it's tough to put those in order. I would say things that stick out to me, though, I think Anderson's the best fighter alive. But the thing that kills me with Anderson Silva is that Anderson has popped so many times for performance-enhancing drugs. So I feel like Demetrius Johnson is probably the cleanest fighter and probably pound for pound the best. So if I had to go with somebody, I would say Demetrius, because his resume, his style, everything that he brings to the table, everything he's accomplished. And then on top of that, Demetrius Johnson has not tested positive for steroids. Jones, Silva. So a lot of these greats have been on steroids, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't count them. So Demetrius Johnson. Let me see here. And Reptiles with Love also had a question. Do you enjoy Dublin? Ever met Conor? I love Dublin. Reptiles with Love. I love Dublin. Man, I wish I could have stayed longer. I had a great time. Super a lot of fun. The atmosphere at the event, the pubs, the people. Dublin was awesome. And I have never met Conor McGregor, though. But I do remember when I was fighting Benson Henderson, I do remember in between rounds, I remember looking over and Conor was right next to the cage. So I've never met him personally, but, I've seen him. I've been around him. Oh, who do we got here? We got Dean Nasser's back in the house. Dean is a defending champion, and Dean's coming in with a super chat today. And, man, he's coming back, and he's getting the belt so far. Dean Nasser. We're giving a round of applause to you in the little bit beginning of the video. Dean, I don't know if you noticed it. Welcome back, Dean. Thank you, as always, for supporting the channel. And so far, you're the Super Chat champ again, brother. Let's see. Thanks for the one. I'm getting my first rental property. Yeah. Yes, you are, Dean. Yes, you are. Me and Dean were on a private call yesterday. We talked for a solid hour. We went over questions about MMA. We talked about Dean getting into real estate. Dean's actually working on buying his first rental property right now in Michigan. So I'm excited for Dean there. And Dean is also a former amateur champion in MMA, and he's actually looking to start his professional career. So I had a great talk with Dean yesterday. And Dean, shout out to you, man. I'm excited for you getting back in the cage and then working towards this first rental property, man. A lot of big things going for you, brother. So keep up that good work. All right. Let's look at a little MMA news here, huh? Let me pull up. Let's see what's going on in the headlines here. So we got Jones versus Francis. Jones versus Francis. What do you guys think? Do you guys think John Jones is going to end up fighting Francis Ngannou? What do you think? Jones, okay. Who do you guys think is going to win between Jones and Ngannou? I'm thinking off the top of my head, man, I'm thinking Francis is a tough fight for anybody. God, like, what is Jones going to do with Francis? All Francis needs to do is just land one shot. Bam, bam, bam. The way he knocks out Overeem, he knocked out that Olsing Zik guy from the last fight. I wonder if Jones can deal with that. If Jones can deal with that pressure of Francis. What do you guys think? Do you think John Jones will beat Francis? John Jones, Warmir says. Oscar says, unless the money is right. Yes. Gilmero Martinez says Jones. Ooh, Chris says Francis puts Jones to sleep. Oh, man. I could see it happen, but Jones is just such a defending champion, though. It's kind of tough. Jones will only fight if the money is there. Yeah, look, right now, John Jones wants to step up to the heavyweight division. He wants to challenge himself against Francis Ngannou, one of the most dangerous heavyweight fighters right now. And I'm not saying dangerous in the aspect of he wins, but Francis knocks people clean out. And Jones here wants to step up. He wants to fight him, which is, I think, very, very heroic and very, very interesting. But at the same time, Jones wants to be paid, right? I mean, come on, this is a huge fight that the UFC could sell. I don't know what John Jones wants financially from the fight, but I do know that he wants to be paid and taken care of. I mean, why wouldn't he? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that him and the UFC need to come and meet in the middle somewhere as far as pay-wise, pay-per-view points, everything that comes along with that fight, because I personally would love to see it. I mean, that's a fight that excites me. What do you guys think? Do you think Jones and Ngannou need to fight? Oh, and Reptiles with Love, he says, I was at Bellator in February. I'm 30 minutes from Dublin. Awesome, man. Great area. I'll probably be going back to Dublin for Bellator again, so maybe I'll see you, brother. What do you guys think? Do you think Jones and Francis need to fight? Kickboxing community says let him gas out, weather the storm. Yeah, I could see that. Francis gassing out, possibly. He did a little bit when he fought Stipe, but I mean, I don't know. I don't see how is John Jones going to gas him out. I don't know. Let me see. What do you guys think? Ngannou is an easier fight for Jones than Reyes. Gilmero says. Ooh. How do you see Jones beating Francis? Anybody out there that thinks John Jones is going to beat Francis? How? I want to know. I want to hear it. Francis can gas out. Stipe showed it. Yeah, it's true. Ngannou needs a title shot. I agree. I think, man, he's been blowing through it. Jones wins by decision. Okay, so kickboxing community thinks groundwork. That's how Jones will beat Francis. If he can get him down, yeah. I don't see Francis having much off of his back or anything like that. But yeah, Mysterious says eye poke. So if Jones comes out, bam, pokes him in the eye, Francis goes down, cannot see, Jones hits a head kick, out. That would be crazy. Adam thinks that Jones can keep the distance and with front kicks. I could see, Jones keeping some distance. Here's my thing though, how is Jones going to react when Francis comes in with those big punches? I mean, how is Jones going to react? Is he just going to cover up? Is he going to hope to slip him? I want to know what Jones is going to do when he gets cracked by Francis, because it looks to me that most people just go to sleep when Francis hits him. Jones is the eye poke goat. Yep. Chris says that Francis would bulldoze Jones. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I could see, like, if I see Francis winning, I could see him catching Jones and just, blitzing him like he does other people. So we'll see. We'll see. Warmir says he's going to stick his hand out and run. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let me see here. In other news, Mike Perry, he doesn't need coaches. He's got his girlfriend for his corner. Oh, man. What do you guys think of that? Mike Perry doesn't need any coaches in his corner. He's going to bring his girlfriend. What do you think? Oh, Execution also said, shout out to Execution. Do you think Jones can make middleweight because he can dominate? No, I don't think Jones can make middleweight, man. I think it's too big. I think he's too big, too lean. Perry is a pimp. Okay. You said simp. What's a simp? I don't even know what that is. Is that, you mean to say pimp? Perry's got a new girlfriend. Oh, man. Chris says that Jeremy can take Mike Perry's old missus now. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? Mike's pulling a Diego Sanchez. That, to me, having your girlfriend in the corner, man, I don't know if that's the most coolest or most dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say or do. From my perspective, when you fight, it's like you're going to war. You want to have your generals with you. You want to have your soldiers with you. So I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the best decision to have your girlfriend in the corner, right? I mean, is she even trained? Does she know what to say to you in the corner? Is that going to make you feel more confident? Lewis says even the best need coaches. Abram says Perry is seeking more attention. Yeah, maybe it's just clout. Maybe he just wants to get some headlines and get people talking. Maybe he's joking. Blizz Kid says Perry is untrainable. That might be it. Chris says more power to Mike Perry, 100. Yeah. It could be a gangster thing to do. Bring your girl out there, knock this dude out, collect 2 checks, and then go back and celebrate. Ortega David, my man, is back. He says, shout out to Ortega David hitting the super chat, and I think he's the champion so far. Your thoughts on the evolution inside fighting? Ooh, great question, David. Great question. First things first, you are the super chat champ today. I think you beat out Dean by 1 cent. So congrats so far. And great question. Let me write you down here. So Ortega David says, my thoughts on the evolution inside fighting. I believe fighting in the UFC and in the cage, that it's amazing at how fast and how consistently this sport is changing. What do I mean by that? One day you have grapplers winning. The other day you have strikers winning. One day you got a guy from the US that's dominating the weight class. And then here comes this dude from Ireland that no champion has ever been from Ireland. No famous fighter has ever been from Ireland. And then he comes in and he knocks out everybody and he takes it over. That's Conor McGregor. So I think that it's just something that comes with this game. There's so many people and so many eyes on this mixed martial arts now that people are getting smarter. People are studying more. People are younger guys are getting into the game now. It's getting more competitive. More girls are coming in. And I think with all that competition, David, I think that only brings out better skills, better fights. And, competition raises the bar. And that's why everything just keeps changing. Everything. I like using the word mutating because I think that's a gangster word. But that's it. I really think the game is constantly evolving, and that's why, because the competition is getting stiffer and stiffer. When you look at, like, let's say, like businesses, if I'm a dominant business and my competitor opens up a new product that people are going to, I have to adjust and I have to challenge that. So if the same thing for fighting, right? Like if a guy with kickboxing is winning, but then this guy from Ireland comes in with this crazy stance and he's got a great straight left, and that starts working, you see people start adjusting to that. And then you have somebody like a Khabib that comes in and that will throw bombs, take you down. So now people are kind of paying more attention to that wrestling and trying to get better there. So so great question, David. I think it's constantly evolving because the competition keeps getting stiffer and stiffer. Yeah. So Ann New says Gamebred versus DS2. Okay. I think George confidence on his face dropped when that fourth round was about to start. Yeah, that would be an interesting fight. But yeah, I really believe that's why the game's always evolving, because there's somebody behind you trying to take your spot, and with that, continually working, getting better, training, that's making the game constantly change, constantly adjust. So yeah, great question, David. Let's look at some more news here. So Perry, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think that that's a good thing for Perry? I want to know. Do you think Perry having his girlfriend there is going to help him? Do you think it's all just talk, or do you really think that Perry has confidence in his girlfriend that he doesn't need his coaches? And here's the way I look at it. I think Perry, think about this. Maybe you can save some fees too out of your money, right? You don't have to pay your coaches. You don't have to pay them for flights coming out to your fight, all that. So maybe Perry's just trying to save some money, and he's got his ride or die girl with him, and he's like, yo, baby, let's go out and do this. Like, you're my ride or die. And he's confident. Alex says Perry needs his coaches. Yeah, does he? I don't know. Perry's a crazy guy. Khabib is too strong. Okay. The kickboxing community says, unless she'd know stuff about fighting. Yeah, true. Maybe that's a great point, kickboxing community, because maybe his girl is really good at jiu-jitsu and trains with them, and she knows a lot. That could be that's a great point. Maybe that's it. Mysterious says confidence. Yeah, maybe it helps Perry's confidence. Perry had his ex always. Yeah, I remember that. She was in his corner, but it would always be his other coaches and then his ex. So, I don't know. Maybe it works for him. Jose Armenta is back in the house. What's up, my man? Jose, if you guys don't know, Jose is also a defending champ. Him and Dean have went at it almost to the point that I think they really wanted to set up a fight outside of the super chat and the live stream to go at it. So Jose Armenta, what's up, brother? He says, where are you at, Warmir? I'm coming for you, boy. Oh, man. Oh, baby. That's how it starts. Warmir, it says, I am here, man. So a little beef and a little battle between Jose and Warmir. I think we're picking up, too, from last weekend. If I'm not wrong, I think Warmir and Jose were going at it last weekend. Jose don't play around. And shout out Jose, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Guys, too, the super chat, all this just helps go back to the channel so we can keep making more videos and just keep pumping out content. So it's always appreciated to help out the channel. So let's look at some more news. Let's see what we have here. Couple of fights being scheduled. Featherweights Andre Fili and Charles Jordan meet at June 13th UFC event. Okay, that'd be a good one. Let me see here. Couple of June 13th fights coming up. Ooh, what we got here? Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker. June 27th headliner. What do you guys think of Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker? That's a good one. Oh, Oscar16 says, yo, Myles, set up a backyard street fight league. $5 entry. Dang, dude, that would be pretty cool, huh? That would be like the old Kimbo Slice and Jorge Masvidal days. I like where your head's at, Oscar. I like where it's at. Oh, Execution's back with another question. 1 million to fight in bare knuckle. Also excited to see you in July. Yeah, I'd fight in bare knuckle for $1 million. And man, thank you for the support. July, yes, I coming in well prepared. We're gonna have a great one, Execution. So shout out Execution. Thank you for the support, my man. So Poirier and Hooker, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that's gonna be a banger? Probably, huh? I mean, Poirier's never in a boring fight. Hooker's always in a great fight. That's interesting too because they're both Poirier and Hooker. They're both so tough and such good strikers. Man, I'm interested to see who would win that. Just thinking of that. Who do you guys think? Do you guys think Poirier would beat Hooker, or do you think Hooker would beat Poirier? Who do you have? Beatdown says Hooker. Abram says easy job for Dustin. Okay. Let me see here. Excellent matchup, says Christopher. I agree. I think this is a very good fight. Nathan thinks Hooker wins by decision. Warmere says Dustin slaps him. Nathan, who do I got? I don't know yet. Let me just process it. I want to see who you guys have. Abram says Dustin hits hard. Yeah. Yep. Giving the edge to Dustin. Okay. Myles by KO. Okay. Oh, who we got here? Adam Hassan coming back in. What's up, Adam? Man, good to see you again. How does a UFC contract work? Who contacts you? So, great question, Adam. And I believe you and Ortega are tied right now for the Super Chat champ today. So, let me write you down really quick. So make sure we get it. And then I'm going to answer your question. So great question, Adam. That's actually a really good question. And anybody that's out here right now that maybe wants to be in the UFC or wants to fight one day or just wants to be a fighter, this is a great question. So how does a UFC contract work and who contacts you? So what'll happen is somebody with the UFC, usually it's Hunter Campbell or Sean Shelby, will reach out to either you or your management, and they'll say, "Hey, Adam, we want to offer you a fight in the UFC. Okay, we love your style. You're an exciting kid, Adam. We want to get you on this June 27th card in Alberta, Canada, right?" So what happens then is Adam, you'd say, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to fight. Like, I'll take it. This is what I've been dreaming of. Let's go. I'm down any place, anytime." And what'll happen, Adam, is they'll say, "Okay, awesome. We're going to send you the contract." And now each contract is different. What they'll do is they'll email you over a contract, and each contract's different. But from my experience, what the contract will be like is it'll be like a nice little pages there. It's a lot of stuff in there. But it'll basically say somewhere around the lines, "Hey, Adam, we're going to pay you $8,000 to show, Adam, and if you win, you get another $8,000." And then it'll say, if you win your fight, your pay will go up $3,000. So your next fight will be 11,000 to show and 11,000 to win. And it'll have a lot more like jargon, like a lot of like lawyer stuff. You can do this, you can't do this. But the big points is it's going to tell you how much money you're going to make when you show and how much money you'll make when you win. And then besides that, it'll have an opponent for you. Then you'll basically be fighting that guy. And in the contract, it'll say, "Hey, if for whatever reasons, if your opponent gets hurt, we get the opportunity to provide you with another opponent." And it'll say other things in the contract like, "We're going to pay for your flight and one cornerman's flight. We're going to get you a hotel." So there'll be some other little things, but the main thing in the contract will tell you how much you're making and how much you make if you win. So great question, Adam. Jose Armenta's back, baby, and I think he's coming at Mir again. Jose Armenta says, "Warmere, I will knock you out in the first minute. You're still my beep." Yep, this is getting entertaining here, baby. Warmere is man, Jose and Warmere just going at it. So yeah, let's get back. So Poirier versus Hooker. I see this being a striking matchup. I see it being a great fight. Both guys are just tough. But man, here's my thing. Is how is Hooker going to deal with Poirier's straight left and his clean boxing? Because Poirier is going to land on him. That's for sure. So we'll see if Hooker can deal with that power. And then at the same time, how is Poirier going to deal with Hooker's kicks, Hooker's elbows, Hooker's knees? Because I think Dan Hooker is a better, well-rounded striker, but I really believe that Poirier's boxing could also give Hooker some trouble. So off the top of my head, I'm going to go with Hooker by decision. I think Hooker is going to kick on move. Yeah, so I think Dan Hooker is going to decision Dustin Poirier right now off the top of my head. And I'm just giving you guys a prediction just off the top of my head. I can see it going both ways. It's a very good matched up fight. So congrats to Sean Shelby for putting on a great fight. And that's going to be a 5-rounder, man. 5-rounder. Let's see. Okay, so we got Hooker's team is really good too. Yeah, Hooker's teams that right now, I think his team with Adesanya, who's the Volkanovski, Hooker, these guys are on that cutting edge. That team, man, they could be the next team to blow up. So great point. Great coaching and game plans. Yes, Alex, I agree, man. I agree. Yes. So Thomas says, I got to say Poirier is a level or 2 above Hooker. Okay, Thomas, how? How is Poirier a level or 2 above him? Is it striking? Is it experience? Conditioning? What is it? I want to know. Yeah. Great coach, great game plans. Yeah, yep. Gonna be bombs and drama. Oh, you're talking about Costa versus Adesanya? Now that will be epic. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think of that one? Costa versus Adesanya. Do you think that's man, that's another tough one. I mean, Adesanya, he just looked unstoppable, but his last fight, man, I mean, I know he was fighting a great fighter. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Obviously, Romero. Yeah, that's who I'm trying to think of. Man, he looked like crap against Romero though, but I don't know if that's just Romero. That's what he does to opponents. So that's gonna be a great fight for sure. Alex says that Adesanya wins. He thinks that Adesanya is gonna beat Costa. How? Oh, and going back to Thomas. Thomas responded, every aspect plus experience and quality of opponents. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can see that. Maybe he'll edge him for sure on experience, but we'll see if he edges them on wrestling and striking and everything. We'll see. Alex says he is a great counter puncher. Costa eventually gets caught if he comes in like he does. Yeah, I can see Adesanya catching Costa coming in. But Costa's got that power, man. Costa reminds me a lot of that Yoel Romero. And Yoel gave Adesanya a lot of trouble. So maybe Costa will be a guy to beat Adesanya. That could be a possibility. Kickboxing community says 50-50 for Costa and Adesanya. Yeah. It's very close on paper. I think on paper I'd give the advantage to Adesanya just because the momentum, the experience, the well-roundedness, and man, how fluid and accurate Adesanya is. But then you got Costa, who's just a tank, man, physically built, and man, I can see Costa kind of just, I don't want to use the word scaring, but keeping Adesanya kind of like hesitant just because of how much power Costa has. He could leave open a gap. Yeah. Costa's aggression could be his downfall. Yeah, I mean, always, you take that risk of getting caught when you come in aggressively. The beatdown says great matchup. I agree. I think it's definitely going to be a great striking matchup, man. Adesanya versus Costa. One guy that boxes, throws bombs, boom, boom. You got Adesanya, who's just slick, can move well, and he's super accurate. So, man, it's a great matchup for sure. Tommy Tech says, I got Costa, lots of power and fearless. Yeah, Tommy, I could see that, man. Man, just aggressive, fearless, mean, and like you said, he's got a lot of power. Let me see here. Oh, Sleepy Howl coming in. Sleepy Howl, thank you for supporting the channel, my man. He's got a great question here. Let's check it out. Hey, Myles, I just secured my first tenants, and it's all thanks to you. Thanks for helping me discover my newfound passion for real estate. All the best. Oh, man. I'm just grateful that any way I could help you be inspired or educated to get your first rental property, do that. That's all, I wanted to do. And honestly, Sleepy, it was all you, man. It's all you. You you took the initiative, you got the property, you put the money up, you put the game plan together, you got your tenants in there. And man, this is I remember my first deal that I did. It changed my life. It changed my views on money, on investing, and I'm happy for you, Sleepy. Stay in touch with me as well, because I want to know how that's working out for you. But man, props to Sleepy Howell for getting his very first rental property, and he's got his tenants in there. So, dude, you're on your way, man. You're jamming, you're kicking butt. So awesome. And I love your screen name, Sleepy Howell. Just like Sleepy, just like the movie, like the Headless Horseman, man. It's one of my favorite movies too. So congrats, man. Congrats. Thank you. Okay, so we have Oscar saying, "What's up?" Romero waiting for the game ender. Yeah. You know, Romero just one of those guys, man, that can just put you away with one shot. So Abraham says Paulo Costa is a big trouble for Adesanya. Yeah, and just like Romero gave him a lot of trouble. I could see Costa doing the same exact thing. Let's look at a little bit more news here. Let me see if there's anything that stands out that we can chat about. What do we got here? John, Lyman good. He's got a fight coming up. That's cool. What do you guys think about Woodley versus Burns for that main event? What do you guys think of that? That's a huge opportunity for Gilbert Burns, man. A main event against Tyron Woodley. Come on, man. That's a huge opportunity. Burns is tough. I feel like Tyron, though, man, is just gonna. He's got the power. He's got the wrestling. Warmere says Woodley sleeps him. Dude, I mean, I think Woodley chooses whether this fight goes to the ground or whether it stays standing. On the feet, I think Woodley's got an advantage. Yeah, so we got a lot of Woodley KO. He didn't look like himself against Usman. Yeah, you know, sometimes you have those fights, man. Sometimes you just have a bad night. Tyron on another level. Yep, something fishy. Yeah, what's up with him? Burns gets the upset. Ooh, Thomas thinks that Burns gets the upset. Woodley's time is over. It depends how Woodley's mindset is like. Yeah, a lot depends on Woodley for sure. I think Woodley shows up. I think if he's in shape, he's mean, he wants to put it out there, he wants to get after it. I think Woodley sleeps him. I think Woodley beats him. I think Woodley's a little bigger, stronger, faster, better wrestler. And I think Woodley's just like looks impossible to submit. I mean, his little stocky arms and his traps. I mean, that dude's probably so tough to triangle or to guillotine. So yeah. So Nathan asked, do you like Woodley? I've met Woodley a couple of different times. Man, he's cool. He's a cool dude. Like, I don't know him personally, but I love his vibe. He seems like one of those guys that no matter who you are, he'll speak to you. He doesn't act like he's better than anybody. I remember when I was fighting Diego Sanchez, you know, me and Tyron were cutting weight, and we were just chopping it up, talking. He just seemed like one of the boys, man. One of the boys. So yeah, I think Woodley will get him though. Woodley will get him. Jose Armenta's back with another question. Whoever disliked this channel, catch me outside. Yeah, I like where your head's at. First off, we have so much support at this channel. I mean, from everybody here on the live stream to everybody that comments and smashes that thumbs up button. Man, we have so much support here at the channel. We're such like a great team. Everybody here chiming in. And my goal with this channel is educate and inspire people, but also I want this channel to be an open forum, right? Like whether you agree with me or not, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like whether, you say, no, you're wrong or you're right. I just enjoy your guys' perspectives on the different topics that we talk about. Every once in a while we just get somebody that hits the thumbs down button or leaves a nasty comment just because they hate their life. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. They're in their own head. They have issues going on with themselves, and they're just taking that out on everybody else. So Jose says, whoever disliked this channel, catch him outside. He's got them hands waiting for you. All right. So we got a couple more minutes. Right now we have the two champions are tied right here, Ortega David and Adam Hassan. So if anybody wants, we have a couple more minutes to take a shot at that title. But I just wanted to open it up for you guys. If anybody has any questions about MMA, obviously real estate. We didn't get to touch a lot on real estate today, but that's okay. There's no worries on that. But I want to open it up for some questions for you guys. Execution, my man, coming back. Does the UFC and Bellator know about your YouTube? And he says ILY. I believe that means I love you. So love you too, brother. Yes, I know UFC knows about my YouTube channel because when I went to Jeremy's fight, the first thing when I walked in there, the people that work for the UFC were talking about the YouTube channel, and we were talking about it together. So I know UFC knows about the YouTube channel, and Bellator for sure. Bellator for sure knows about the YouTube channel. So yeah, they know, and that's what's up. So questions. Warmir, let me find you. Find out you're the one that dislikes it. I'll KO your butt. Okay. Jose still going at Warmir. So Oscar says, hey, Myles, advice for young people in their 20s. Is that for MMA or is that for just life? Let me know, Oscar. That's a good question. What do you think? So the kickboxing community says, what do you think about cryptocurrencies? Okay, great question. Great question. What do I think about cryptocurrencies? I don't like them. I don't like them, man. They're too risky for me. They're not backed by anything. It's all speculation. There's no history on them that it shows that they're proven. To me, there's just too much risk. And at the same time, with cryptocurrency, you're basically buying it and hoping to sell it again one day. So I would put my money into other things besides cryptocurrency. I don't feel like it's just not an investment for me. Again, because it's not backed by anything. There's no land. There's no business. There's no housing behind it. There's no history on it. So you're basically taking the risk of seeing if it works or not without any proven track record. And then there's just other things that you can invest your money in that I believe are you can make more money on and are less risky than cryptocurrency. But great question. Great question. So Reptiles with Love. He says, I'm the champion. Check it out. I use the euro. Yeah, I see. You got the euro. Okay. Any more questions? Let's go. Myles, how do you get sponsors? Gillian asked. Great question, Gillian. So sponsors. So first things first, sponsors are going to go the most to the people that can get them the most marketing. A majority of sponsors. So the more you build your name up, the more you put yourself out there, you win fights, you market yourself, get more people talking about you, you're going to get more sponsors. Also, though, you can have sponsors. Like if you're in a small city and maybe you're on the come up, Gillian, and you want sponsors, go to some of your local restaurants, your local businesses, and just tell them, say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm training. I'm going to be in the big show. I'm fighting in this arena coming up. Would you be willing to sponsor me any way possible? And that opens the door, to say maybe they can throw you some money, or maybe it's, hey, you can come eat at our restaurant 3 times a week. To put our logo on your shorts, on your banner. So that's some way to find sponsors. But a really good way to find sponsors too, Gillian, is just to find a manager, find somebody who does this full time, who's constantly emailing, going around, talking, going to shows, talking to businesses, basically networking for you, Gillian, and just cut them a percentage. Usually it's 20%. So if your manager or your guy finds you a sponsor for $1,000, you keep 800, you kick him 200. So great question, Gillian. Those are some ways to find some sponsors. Christopher says, get YouTube on your trunks. Yeah, man, I probably will. That's a great idea. And honestly, guys, like I'm going to keep building this YouTube channel up. But I'm doing my best with fighting and everything to kind of balance everything out. Because I really, I want to keep building the channel. We're going to continue to do it. It's just something that doesn't happen overnight. It's something that slowly builds up. But we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep building. And maybe if I put the YouTube on my trunks, maybe that'll let everybody know, and we can represent. Richard from Montreal, what's up, brother? He says, "Hey, Myles, what's up, Richard? Richard's a loyal supporter of this channel. You see the videos and the pictures, everything. He's always commenting on them. So shout out, Richard. Welcome back, my man." The kickboxing community says Bellator allows sponsorships, right? Yes. Yes, Bellator allows sponsors. Not every sponsor, but Bellator definitely allows more sponsors than UFC, for sure. All right, you guys, a couple more questions. What do we got? What do we got? Carry on, absolutely. I miss the sponsors on the shorts. Yeah, I miss those old days of Condom Depot on the shorts of Muscle Farm. The good old days of being able to find some sponsors. Yes. Any more questions? Is Carlos Condit making a return anytime soon? Christopher asks. Well, I hope so. I hope Condit makes a return because Carlos Condit is one of my favorite fighters. I love watching him fight. You know, he's had a tough couple of years, but I love watching Carlos Condit. So I hope Carlos Condit comes back and viciously knocks somebody out. That would be dope. Alex says Carlos probably shouldn't. It just depends on who they're matching him up with. Is Stevens into real estate? Gilmero says Stevens is working on getting into real estate. You know, we're working right now. Me and Jeremy, we're working on finding him a rental property. Me and my wife, we're kind of helping quarterback Jeremy and his wife their journey into getting their first rental property. So for sure, he's on the cash flow. Jeremy wants to build up, his investments, his portfolio. So by the time he's done fighting, he's in a great financial situation. So yes. Mickey Gal. All right. Your toughest fight in and out of the ring. Okay, great question, Fernando. So I would say fight-wise, my toughest fight would probably be Ai Quinta. Man, I feel like when we fought on The Ultimate Fighter, that was my first big fight, being in there with a guy that I just couldn't dominate and take out. So I would say Ai Quinta was my toughest fight. But like my fight with Cerrone when I lost, that was probably my toughest fight in life because I'll actually do a video on that. But everything that kind of happened after that fight with Cerrone, my world and my life kind of spiraled in a different direction. But I'll do a video for that one. So great comment, Fernando. Great question. Let me see here. A couple more. Ooh, Dylan's back in the house. What's up, Dylan? Shout out Dylan, another loyal supporter. Jim says Jeremy is a badass, all-time fave. Yes, man. Jeremy's a gangster. Fucking still, even to this day, I'm his number one fan. I mean, I love watching Jeremy fight. He's just the epitome of a fighter, of a great fighter. All right, what we got? Richard says we should start a fans club and pay $100 each for Myles to do a sponsor YouTube fans. I mean, maybe. I don't know about or you saw a fans club. Okay. Dylan says, any tips on starting trading late 22? Do you mean any tips on starting training late, Dylan? If so, let me know. And Christopher says, can you set me up with Brittany Palmer, please? LOL. Oh, man. You might just have to go on Instagram and hit her with a DM, bro. Just say, hey, what's up? Have you ever had a street fight? Man, I haven't been in a street fight in a while. When I was younger, I was in a couple of street fights, but no, I was never really a big street fighter, Nah. Okay, so Dylan says yes, starting at 22. Dylan, so for training, first off, man, keep an open mind. You have to have a growth mindset. You have to want to learn. And other than that, just find some people, some great coaches to be around. That's the next best thing. So have that open mind, your willingness to learn, find some great coaches, and man, work. Get in there. Go do jiu-jitsu, go do wrestling, go do boxing, go do MMA. Do it all. Learn as much as you can and work your butt off. That would be my suggestion to you at 22. Hard work, get a great team around you, and keep an open mind, constantly learning. All right. So Fabian says, I have 5 years before competing in MMA. What do you think? Start judo and kickboxing 3 times each, or BJJ, wrestling, kickboxing, but 2 times each? What will build me a better base? Personally, I would say wrestling and kickboxing would be a good one, and make that like a meat and potatoes of your week. So maybe two times each a week, and then throw in jujitsu once or twice a week as well. So the kickboxing, the wrestling, and the jujitsu, man, that should be kind of like the bread and butter of your skills training. Let me see here. Fernando, great question. When did you know MMA was for you? Man, probably when I was younger. I started training martial arts because I needed an outlet. I always loved Steven Seagal movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and I always just wanted to know how to fight, right? So I went to a gym and I started doing Taekwondo when I was 13 and kind of doing jujitsu, and I just loved that feeling of training. And I thought, man, I seen Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock at UFC 40. I thought, dude, that was such an awesome like intro with the fireworks and Tito coming down the ramp and their beef, talking, hating each other, and they went in there and they scrapped. And that basically opened the door for me. Like, man, I want to do that. I want to go fight in the UFC. And since I had that in my mind, that was kind of what started me from not only training martial arts, but actually wanting to compete and test myself. So yeah, that was probably the moment I knew I wanted to do it. Then I had my first fight, and once I've had my first fight, I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I was born for. I'm going to take it to the sky. I'm going to go as high as I can with this. So great question. All right, one more question, guys. One more question. Let's see here. Alex says Taekwondo. Woo, yeah, Taekwondo was fun when I was younger. So Abram says, have you had support from your parents? Great question, Abram. I would say yes. Like, I have support in the aspect of my parents love me. My parents, go to my fights. My parents love me for me. Whether I fight or not, they don't care. But they definitely support me in any aspect of, going to my fights, talking about anything that's on my mind with them. So yes, I have the love and support from my parents, but financially, no, my parents do not support me, and they probably haven't supported me since, man, I left, I moved out when I was like right out of high school. My parents did support me a little bit, like as in when I was younger with getting me like my first car. But, since then, no, I've no financial support, and I like it like that. I never really, once I graduated high school and I kind of, got into my late teens, I just understood that your parents are not going to be there financially to support you forever. And I needed to learn how to take care of myself. And that's what I did. I basically started taking care of myself financially, working jobs, training, and everything. So yes, I get support from my parents, but no financial support. Yeah. Oh, Alex, coming back in, my man. I think is that the Super Chat Championship right there? I don't know. I'll have to go back and add it up. But Alex, great question here. Tito Ortiz says he is willing to fight Tyson in boxing. Thoughts on a winner? First off, I think Tyson coming back for a boxing event, awesome. I think if he fights Tito, awesome. A legend versus a boxing legend. As far as who's going to win, I need a little bit more time, man. I need to see Mike training a little bit more. I need to see what kind of shape he's in. And if Mike Tyson comes in shape and Mike Tyson actually puts in a camp and takes it seriously, I think he would beat Tito. But I know Tito. I don't know him personally, but I know Tito will train his butt off for that fight, and I know Tito would come in shape. So if they both come in shape, I think Mike beats him. But if Mike is just kind of like playing around, goofing around, I think Tito would beat him. But great question. All right, guys, great live stream. Don't forget this upcoming week, stay tuned. We're going to be posting some videos. And, man, awesome time connecting with you guys. And I will be talking to you soon. See ya.